Welcome to another Pike and Shot battle. In this match against S. M. Johnson, I have the Austrians 1590 against his French Protestants. So the French list can get a good number of very hard-hitting infantry and cavalry units, pikemen and cuirassiers. So I'm trying to go with something a little more flexible. Minimum artillery. I did get extra cuirassiers, but just the regular-sized ones. I have my minimum complements of shooting large size units of arquebusiers and standard. In terms of cavalry, in addition, I maxed out on light cavalry, so mounted archers and mounted arquebusiers, and the Hussars Cossacks also get pistol melee. I also have some non-light horse that I brought, Hussars Cossacks with carbine and bow. They have no impact capability, so they'll get rolled over on impact, but if they threaten to flank or just shoot, they'll do fine. I also brought my maximum of light infantry detached musketeers and skirmishing arquebusiers. For infantry itself, in addition to my minimum complements of early pike and shot, early tercio, and later tercio, I got all three available later tercios to just pad out the line, and 2 additional units of early pike and shot. So given that I start here, I'm going to have light superiority, I assume. I'm going to try to hold back for a while until my lights have done their damage, and then either attack or encircle an attack. So a simple initial deployment really just depends on what he does. Infantry in the center are later tercios, which are only slightly disordered, facing this rough ground. Cuirassiers and arquebusiers alternating on the wings. Light cavalry on both wings, light infantry in support of this light cavalry, and light infantry poised to move into this rough ground. Really, though, I might shift to one side or another, just depending on how he deploys and what he brings to the field. Quick scan, looks like we're evenly matched. Let's see a lot of superior units in the shadows. No. No, I do not. So, lots of these later tercios, which means I'll need to get into melee. A swarm of lights on the left. Glad I brought 5 units at least. Let's unlimber our guns here and spread out the lights. And start shifting over with our cavalry. Good. Then what? I might shift more lights over to this left wing. Our infantry line is a little bit shorter. That could be a problem. Normally I like to let the light cavalry do its thing and see what develops, but I might end up being compelled to attack first. We'll see. For now, I think I'll just cover this cavalry unit with pike and shot. Next turn. Alright, looks like I will be the one attacking. We can deal with that. Anything useful? Yeah, cuirassiers. 13 casualties. Good. That's quite a bit of cavalry. I have 6 units. He has 8 plus tercios. I might need to shift these guys over. We'll see if it comes to that. Meantime, we can let things develop. Next turn. Running away? Just with the crosshair, switching flanks maybe. Still nothing. Might need to switch you over. Okay. Very good. Next turn. Rough ground there for our infantry to deal with. Very defensive stance. Well, at least it gives me time. Let's advance a little bit. Alright, so we're still just out of close range for the medium artillery. Good. Disruption. Not that we're close enough to exploit that in any way, but it's still nice. And move up in support. They can shoot after all, and that's useful enough on its own. And the crosshairs can also move close in. Then next turn we can start a general move up here, just to keep pressure on. Finish sieging this hill. And then we can just kind of hover over here, being annoying. And let's see, you can start shifting over. Good. Next turn. Is that out of range? So it is. Well, pound the Royal Swiss instead, I suppose. That's close range. I'm okay with that. I'm alright with that. Let's seize this ridge. And threaten a push forward. Arquebusiers can fight in rough ground against lights if they have to. Good. Then we could shift everyone left. The Royal Swiss are a problem. Oops. Yeah, Okay. We could attack in the center, except that we'll lose a couple units to the Royal Swiss. Unless we shift back over, fill this gap, and have arquebusiers face off against them to zone them out while we attack everywhere else. The long, slow approach, he says. Well, yeah, I'm not just gonna, dive into this. I mean, I have a slight advantage in lights, so what I really need to do is kill the lights, and then use the lights to pressure the main line for an advance. Right. Why don't you move here and fire, and here, fire, they hold firm. That's okay. They're commanded, but they don't have adjacent friendly non-light cavalry, so it doesn't really matter that much. Here, absorb some shot, it's fine. They held firm on the check. Well, that's okay. Good. And have some infantry move vaguely in support. Let's see there. Good. Now, do I get started here? Don't really have enough firepower to do so comfortably. We'll just start edging around a little bit. There, that'll do for now. Next turn. We'll probably get charged, but then we can counter charge if we don't break right away. Oh no, he fired. I can work with that. Even if we lose the combat, we'll probably just bounce off. Sack, commanded arquebusiers, lights are advancing. Okay, so we'll have to commit to either... Well, as long as a non-light cavalry doesn't move up in support, I'm willing to engage. Yeah, disrupted, bounced off, that is not surprising. Well, in that case, let's first charge these commanded arquebusiers. They'll probably break and we can follow up with a flank charge. But in the meantime, why don't we just make sure that things get messy. Yeah, exactly what I wanted. Okay, let's get a... Oh, I was gonna say a frag, but that works. Very good. They evade, catch them, and break them. Score disrupt and pursuit charge, I assume. And rear charge into rough ground. Not ideal. We'll have to move up to cover them somehow. Oh hell. Just do that. Okay, good. Next, put some more pressure on these dragoons. Frag and a mounted charge. Fragging the arquebusiers still route off map. We'll pursue off map and hopefully come back soon. Okay, very good. Those crossers are still lurking there. There should be a steady one somewhere as well. Pound them. Good, and then let's start getting our own infantry support forward. Okay, let's see, Swiss are along there. Good. Let's see, why don't we shove them off? They'll be back, but it takes care of the problem for the moment. I could actually use this opportunity to harass the crossers, but then the arquebusiers will probably just come shoot at us, but maybe I don't care. Just do it anyway. Just do it anyway. We're mobile, we can probably get out of a bad situation without too much difficulty. Okay, and otherwise I don't think we should do anything, we should let this continue to develop. Turn that way though. Next turn. Good. They held in place, that's too bad. Ah, there's a response. We'll just shove off of that. It's quite the reaction to that little push. I wonder if I can capitalize. I don't think I'm close enough, really. These crossers are still hiding. We frag and bounce. Okay, we might be able to save that unit. Good, a break. They held firm, surprisingly. Okay, that's fine. Here, pour some lead in, and yeah, problem solved. And we stopped moving just at the right time. Okay, keep shifting this infantry support up. You prepare to arc around here. Good. Get the hell away. Oh, you can't yet. Okay, that's fine. Here, break them. Charge. Oh, so close. So close. That's okay. That's alright. Shift over. Soon we can threaten a flank. You... maybe arc around as well? It's kind of a long game, but I think maybe I'm okay with that. Alright, there you are aligned with the Swiss. And keep on these crossers. 10 casualties, very nice. Okay, do we help out here? It's not really necessary. Run away! You also just run away. Yep, run away. Maybe we... ooh. Yeah, that could be extra annoying. Let's do that. Okay. Do we attempt an advance here? Is that even necessary? I don't think it is. But what we can do is inch forward just out of light artillery range to threaten the advance. That'll put us in somewhat deadlier medium artillery range, but I think I can put up with that. Meantime, you can stay there. Okay. Good. That'll do for now. Next turn. Ouch. Yeah, I suppose we are in close range to the medium artillery. Oh, that's too bad. But we might be able to catch them anyway. We'll find out shortly. Alright, we're gonna have to bounce off that melee now. Oh, well done. Now, they're turning around. That's fine. We might be able to push with this cavalry then. Okay, bounced off and maintained cohesion. That's good. Shove off. They are commanded. They're not protected because the nearby friendly cavalry is not steady. So, they evade. We don't quite catch them, but that'll do the trick. Good. Now, shoot. Yeah, that's fine. Frag them. Good. Push forward the heavies. Commanded arquebusiers. Interesting, these are detached, these are commanded. Same number of men. Move up here and go fire. Right, how many of our friends do we have in here? Just one that we can see. Interesting. Fire. And do we bother charging? Or do we move here to avoid the wrath of the cuirassiers? That might be the thing to do. Okay. And what to do with our infantry? Could move here and start shooting, but not sure if I see the point of doing that yet. In the meantime, combined with the casualties, alright, it might have led to disruption. It didn't in the event, but it could have. Swiss. Okay, well, with this chaos and confusion, I think it's time to start getting in. You're keeping annoying again. Just keep being as annoying as possible. That's great. Now, Hussars and Cossacks with cuirassiers are going to push for that wing, while these guys are going to hover and try to slow down these later tercios if needed, so that our own pikemen can start pushing against these later tercios. That's the idea anyway. We'll see how this all shakes out. Who's left? No one. Okay, on we go. Next turn. Unpleasant. Good. Good. Okay, now we'll need to zone out the Swiss. Yeah, that's, again, fine. We'll take some casualties, we'll run away. Not a big deal. Okay, what can we do with that? We could go for a break here. Or... Thing is, I'm not sure that I want to move my... Oh, that's perfect. If we can move there without getting our move interrupted by fire. Okay, so that in mind, let's just try to break them with shot. No? Fine. Do a break. And do a break. Good. Now, zone in the crosshairs while they're severely disordered. And bring our own heavies around. Okay. Break them. Good. And start pushing for a flank. Now, you will start moving towards engaging these later tercios. Fire. Yep, unpleasant. No disruption. Run forward. Engage the Swiss. You just have to hold out for a time. Let's also put some pressure on there. And advance. And we need to, once again, zone the Swiss out. And put some pressure on their own cavalry. Their cuirassiers ready to intervene. Great. Yeah, that's fine. Just shoot back for now. Oh. Tempting. That'd be very annoying, I feel. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Good timing. Push past and then turn. And that's everyone. So next turn we will charge into contact with our Kyles, assuming they do not get disrupted by cannon fire and musketry. Well, I guess he's not happy. I really don't like this game. It's been long and boring, and now you're like cavalry all around me. I just want a straight up fight. I'll end the game next turn. Well, I played a win, and I'm going to win by not engaging in a straight up fight. That's what I'm going to do. So, I don't feel bad. Should be able to handle that easily. Disruption, that's too bad, but... Ugh. We held firm there. Bounce the Swiss. can only take casualties like that for so long. Well, at least we get one more turn to do some damage. Let's see. Why don't we get that extra cohesion bonus? Fire. Damn. Too bad. They held firm. We're going to rush past with our crosshairs. Move here. And fire. We can... Which way will you go to get through? I guess here is fine. Okay. And fire. Zone them in again. It will charge before things can get any worse. Hopefully we don't frag. We just need to rally up. Meantime, charge. And... charge. Not priority charge target, right. Annoying. Oh well. Slip pass, work on those light guns. Zone the Swiss. And charge. And again. Good. Alright. Why don't we... Ooh. We need to break them. Good. Could go for an impact charge, but the melee's bad. These crosshairs are here as well. Probably best to just veer off for the moment. And shift around. We need to find a way to get in against the cavalry. We can't do that easily. Well, I hope he doesn't surrender the match because I don't really like when that happens, but we'll see what happens. Okay, and we've reached the end. See if anything happens in this melee phase. Breaking the crosshairs, no surprise. Ooh, ouch. It would be a healthy rap percent if it got finished off. Rally up. Bounce to Swiss again. There we go. Yeah, I think the key was when I moved my lights wing up to the left. Lights were sent in response, but not very many non-lights. Then I could commit more of my non-lights without feeling like I was going to get sucked into a bad situation. Then after that, it was basically a numbers game on the left, avoidance game on the right, and at this point, I was going to lose that large pike and shot unit, but otherwise things were looking pretty good, and I think it would have been bloody, especially once the Swiss managed to break free of their lock and get into contact. But with my cavalry sweeping around from the left into the rear, I think that probably would have sealed the deal. So, a good game. Too bad about the surrender. I don't love that, but it happens. And until next time.